Most of the time when we think about formulas and functions with Excel spreadsheets, we're thinking along the lines of numbers and calculations and things like this. But we can also use formulas and functions with text. And that's what we're going to look at here. In this worksheet, I'm building a little spreadsheet that's got a lot of information from the Harry Potter series in it. This is just a sample, and we'll just play around with this for just a moment. I'm going to come down and click here in cell A11. And what I want to do is to get the name Harry Potter. Right now, the word Harry Potter is in 2 cells. So let's do this. We will type equals. Remember, you cannot do anything in any kind of an Excel formula without starting with the equal sign. When you tap the equal sign, what it does, it signals Excel that you're not typing text or you're not typing numbers. In fact, it puts it into sort of a formula or function mode and causes the spreadsheet to start thinking, okay, I've got to look here and there and I've got to put things together. So the equal sign is so important. In fact, it's mandatory. You can't do anything without it. So right now we're just going to have equals, and I'll just click on A4. And then the concatenation symbol is the ampersand. So I'm going to take whatever is in A4 and I'll need a blank space. So the way you get a blank space is the quotation mark, space, quotation mark. And then I want to add to that, so I have to hit ampersand. So, and then this would be that cell. I press enter and I get Harry Potter all joined together. Now there's other ways to get the same result, but for right now, this is the way we're going to use. Another thing I could do here would be to type equals, and this time let's start with Potter, like we're going to be building an attendance list with last names first. So equals B4, and then our ampersand, and then we'll need a space in there, but this time we want a comma, space, and then close that quotation mark. And then to that we want to add then A4. Press enter. And I get Potter, comma, Harry. Now we can do other things in here. We don't have to just stay with just a single cell's content. We can put in our own text. So let's start with this one. I want to start with Ron and Hermione's friend at Hogwarts was, and that's going to be the end of that text string. I want to put Harry's name there, so I have to put a space after was, and then a quotation mark. That's the end of that text string. And onto the end of that, I want to add the value that's in cell A4. And then onto the end of that, I want to add a period for the end of the sentence. So it would be quotation mark, period, quotation mark. If I hit enter, Ron and Hermione's friend at Hogwarts was Harry. All right, well, let's copy that, paste it right down below it, and then I'm going to press the F2 key so that I can edit this formula. So here is F2. I'm back into formula mode, but I want to take this last quotation mark out of here and just extend that sentence. So normally if I were typing a sentence, I would have period, space, he was the son of James and Lily Evans, and then we'll stop it. I need a space there because I want to put the last name on there. So I'm going to put the quotation mark and then the ampersand, and then we'll point up to the word Potter. He was the son of James and Lily Evans, space, and B4. And then to that I want to add a period. And press enter. So Ron and Hermione's friend at Hogwarts was Hermione. Oh, goodness, look at that. Ron and Hermione's friend was not Hermione. My goodness. It was Harry. You know what happened when I brought this cell down? This is a good lesson to learn. When I brought that cell down, notice that it was pointing to A4. But then when I copied the cell down from row 13 to row 14, then Excel can't read my mind. That's one of the things you'll learn. Excel cannot read your mind. So when we come down to A14, then the computer thought, well, heck, he must be wanting to bring A4 down to A5. Because I copied this down 1 between 13 and 14, the computer is taking down 1 from 4 to 5. So let's come back in here, because I don't want A5, I want A4. So press enter. Ron and Hermione's friend at Hogwarts was Harry. He was the son of James and Lily Evans Potter. Now, we can do more and more and more of this kind of stuff. So here's one more, equals, and then we'll start off here, start off with equals, and I want to just come up and click on Ron's name, Ron, and then to that I want to add a space and the word and. Well, I'll just use the ampersand. Ron and the space after that. And then after inserting that ampersand, I want to add to that Hermione's name. Ron and Hermione. And then onto Hermione, I need the apostrophe S, don't I? So I'm going to put the ampersand and then a quotation mark. And then after that, I have to put the single quote, which would be like the apostrophe, and then an S, and then I need to close that quotation mark. Actually, I need a space in there. Ron and Hermione's, and then and friend at Hogwarts was space, and then add on to that and A4 for Harry's name, and then ampersand, and then to that I'm going to add a period, close that quote, and then press enter. Ron and Hermione's friend at Hogwarts was Harry. So see, I was able to stick in an apostrophe S. I was even able to stick in the ampersand right after Ron's name, even though that's the concatenation character. But when I press F2, you can see that after A6, which is Ron's name, I had ampersand, which means to add on to that. Then I put in quotation mark, a space, and then the ampersand, then a space, and then closed it. So this right here, what is between the quotation marks is just plain text. And whatever is outside of that plain text is either going to be the ampersand, which is the symbol to attach things together, or there'll be a cell reference. So I hope this helps you get started with this whole thing about concatenation and adding text values together so that you can create a whole string of information that you're just drawing right out of a worksheet.